The BBC duo's skit made fun of the UK's attempts to negotiate a Brexit deal with the EU. Punt said optimism remains, although the way things have got recently, there are rumours that the EU is planning to celebrate the final deal by pulling back a big curtain and saying, "Let's have a look at what you could have won," Hughes added, mimicking TV game show host Jim Bowen. The dig referenced Bullseye host Jim Bowen's signature phrase, which he asked contestant who lost the gamble on the game show. BBCGETTYBrexit news. The BBC comedians made fun of the UK's attempts to negotiate a Brexit deal with the EU. "Let's have a look at what you could have won." Hugh Dennis Steve Punt hosting the BBC's Now show. The comedians also joked that one of the worst last-minute Christmas gifts to receive was David Davis' negotiating skills handbook. The Prime Minister flew to Brussels on December 8 to finalise a last-minute Brexit deal with EU Commission boss Jean-Claude Juncker, which many have hailed as a step forward in the negotiations with the European Union. But the Brexit deal was criticised by hard Brexiteers for its ambiguity on whether the UK will remain in the customs union and the single market. The leaders of the remaining 27 European Union members have announced they're pleased that sufficient progress has been made in Brexit talks and we can now move on to the second phase. Theresa May flew back to London after last night's talks, leaving the EU 27 leaders to vote on whether or not to allow Brexit talks to move on to the next stage. Donald Tusk, the European Council's president, confirmed the news on Friday lunchtime, congratulating the Prime Minister as he confirmed the EU leaders were happy with the progress made. At a summit of European leaders set to give the go-ahead to the next round of Brussels talks, Theresa May insisted her departure drive remained on track despite the government's Commons defeat earlier this week. "We're on course to deliver Brexit. We're on course to deliver the vote of the British people," she declared on arriving for the EU Council in the Belgian capital. She also warned her European counterparts that she will battle with commitment and perseverance for a trade deal in the next round of Brexit negotiations in the new year.